What up, family? Vernon F. Miller here. And we've got to talk about the crazy scene that took place last night in the playoffs between the Bucks and the Indiana Pacers in Game 5. Not now, but right now. Let's go. Before we get started, definitely want to take a quick time out and show some appreciation and love to everybody that's rocking with us, all you new subscribers, all you new viewers. Definitely appreciate all the love and support. And for all you new individuals that's just checking this out for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button, man, that like button, that notification button, and that share button, because that helps our algorithm out with YouTube so we can get out to a broader audience. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this, y'all. The Bucks suffered a heartbreaking 119-118 overtime loss to the Indiana Pacers, ending their playoff run. Giannis, the Greek Freak, had a phenomenal performance: 30 points, 20 rebounds, 13 assists, triple-double. But the real drama happened after the game, during the post-game. As the final buzzer sounded, Tyrese Haliburton's father, John Haliburton, stormed the court waving the towel with his son's face on it, taunting Giannis. Giannis, understandably upset, confronted him, leading to a heated exchange. Here's what both parties, Giannis and Tyrese, had to say in the post-conference interviews.
I don't really see you as someone that gets into it with people after the game. It looked like you were kind of standing there by the three-point line, then all of a sudden you're in the middle of kind of everything. Just what happened kind of out on the floor after the game?
Nothing. And this is the last thing I'm going to say. I won't talk a lot. We lost the game. It doesn't really matter. One thing I'll say is that I believe like being humble in victory. That's how I am. Now there's can be a lot of people out there that are like, no, when you win the game, you gotta talk shit, and you know it's a green light for you to be disrespectful towards somebody else. I disagree. I've won the championship. They haven't. Okay, and that doesn't say anything. I'm not trying to minimize their effort, but I remember when I won, my mom that she's never missed the games from February 11th or 13th when she came in Milwaukee against the Knicks. She never missed a game. When we won the championship, I remember my mom, she was scared to cross. She was like, am I allowed to come and hug my son? I see, except now my brother does media. For this year, he wants to come back and play. But like, except in that, you've never seen my family like see courtside. See, this is not something that we do. We don't. I try to keep my family away from the game. But losing the game, emotions run high. Having a fan, which at the moment I thought he was a fan, but then I realized it was Tyrese's son, which I love. Tyrese, I think, is a great competitor. He was his dad, sorry. Coming in the floor and showing me his son a towel with his face. This is what we do. This is what we effing do. This the F we do. This. I feel like that's very, very disrespectful. You know, my dad. If you guys go and ask and learn, my dad's not with us no more. My dad used to come in the family room and was the most respectful person ever. You know, when you come from nothing and you've worked your whole life to sell stuff in the street, and your whole life you'll be scared of the police of deporting you and sending you back to your country. You have to protect your kids with all means. You create this mentality of being humble your whole life, to not kind of disrespect anybody, not make the tension high, the emotions high, so anybody can snitch on you, say something bad about you. So when he came here, I remember I was like, Dad, why are you so humble? Why are you going to the family room? You don't even say a word. You sit in the back. Why are you like that? Don't worry about it. Don't worry. That's how I grew up. That's what I had around. So when I see other dads, which don't disrespect me, maybe if my son play basketball, I might be in the court. I might be the one on the court, and like 20 years later, you can play this interview and say, Giannis, you're contradicting yourself. But we'll see in 20 years. But I'm talking about right now how I feel. You know, having somebody's dad, which I'm happy for him, and I'm happy for his son, and I'm happy that he's happy for his son. That's how you're supposed to feel. But coming to me and disrespecting me and cursing at me, I think is totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. Okay? And I'm not the guy that points fingers, because in my neighborhood, snitches get stitches. So I don't want to say something, for him to say, to get fined or anything. But it's not respectful. I talked with him at the end. And I think we're in a good place.
I wanted to ask you about sort of everything that happened after that ball goes, and obviously got jumped up on the scorer's table and everything like that. Obviously had a moment with Giannis. Obviously had something happen between Giannis and your dad. What all did you see transpire? What all kind of went down there, and basically what happened?
Yeah, I mean, after we won, I kind of blacked out a little bit. I don't really remember a ton. Then all the guys grabbed me in my head. As far as the incident between Giannis and my pops, I had no idea it happened until I got to the back and was showed the video. Me and my pops have talked about that, and I don't agree with what transpired there from him. I think basketball is basketball, and let's keep it on the court. And I think that he just got excited, saw his son make a game winner, and came on the court. But I think we had a conversation, and I think he just needs to just allow me to just play basketball, stay over there. I'll come to him to celebrate. But I think it's the emotions of the game just got excited there. But I talked with him. I'll talk with Giannis eventually about it. Just I don't think that my pops was in the right at all there, and unfortunate what happened in the end there. But I mean, this series was a lot of war of words, a lot of war of antics, a lot of stuff going back and forth, and that's just part of this rivalry and what we've built here over the last couple of years. And it's unfortunate what happened there, but I think it's just competition. And as far as my pops, again, I don't agree with what happened there. We'll have a conversation. Everybody's grown men, and we'll just go.
Now, of course, this is going to raise some serious questions about how fans and players, family members interact with the players from this point forward. I wouldn't be surprised if they start implementing this within these players' contracts, conduct codes, and everything of that nature, just to go ahead and regulate that. You know how you go ahead and start putting rules together? How do you really enforce rules? You start messing with people's money. And I think that's what they're going to start doing next season. Your parents getting out of line, brothers, sisters getting out of line with these players. It's going to wind up messing up their money, or some type of fines or something to that effect. It was an interesting take that Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal had on their little post-game show on TNT. Shaq felt that Giannis was whining, and Charles and Kenny felt that, John Haliburton was wrong. And I'm in agreement with Charles and Kenny. There's a fine line of, we get it, you're happy for your kid. He performed and shined on one of the highest stages of his career in the playoffs, but at the same time, there's a fine line between disrespect and respect. And from the looks of it, John Haliburton's dad looks like a super duper OG, so he should know better, okay? And Tyrese Haliburton definitely said in his post-press conference that, he had a discussion with his dad, and they were all going to hash that out, and as it rightly should be. Big up to Tyrese for definitely looking at the situation and being, holding everything accountable. So what do y'all think, man? What do y'all think about the situation? Drop a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what y'all think, and hey, we're here with more. We're going to keep it coming, and definitely appreciate all the love and support, and we're on to the next one.